From the Bob Mills Weather Center, the Oklahoma weather expert, Travis Meyer.
Okay, it's been a wild day across much of the area, and it's not finished yet if you're on the southeast part of our viewing area. Kind of been talking about that and preaching about it this afternoon because that was the target zone because it's just warm and humid, and we have everything set up. Vaughn has been on tornadoes that have been in Paris, Texas, Calera, Oklahoma. There's been a lot of damage down to the south of us, and we'll talk about that in just a second to show you some of the tornado warnings. But right now, we do have a tornado warning for around the Big Cedar area, and you can kind of see that indentation right around the Muse area, and that is part of the storm that is moving to the north. Now, this originally was a tornado. We were pretty much guaranteed because it was confirmed, and then also the radar was indicating debris in the air, and so we had a good indication that that was the case. We think that it's cycling right now. It is headed up toward where JD is located in Heavener. JD's there right now. JD, what's going on?
Well, there's a lot of people scurrying around town here in Heavener. It looks like they're trying to get out of the way. They are sounding the tornado sirens, which is a little bit, early, but that's great because it's giving people extra time to get out of the way. This storm is just to our southwest. It's moving pretty much directly for Heavener. So we're going to be riding this thing out, and hopefully this thing picks up off the ground and doesn't do any damage down here. Back to you.
All right, yes, and it looks like it is cycling somewhat. And let's go over to Stacia with a storm track. Stacia, what do you have?
Well, it is headed towards Heavener, and that time frame would be about 6:30, so around 15 more minutes. And we do want folks to take those precautions, getting into the lowest level, interior room, center of your home, away from windows and doors is the best thing you can do. Even with this storm cycling, it could still gain intensity once again and produce a tornado. It's had that history of doing so, and it could continue as it travels across LaFleur County. So that latest radar update brings that area of circulation that will be crossing over Highway 1 headed up toward Hodgen to Heavener and maybe even on to Howe to Trestle Ford. So we want you to take those precautions now. Howe would be about 6:33.
All right. Hey, thanks, Stacia. Appreciate that. And this is just part of just a row of tornado warnings that we've had in effect that go way, way to the south. Vaughn, as I said, have been on this. Fortunately, it has been east of mainly the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Because, man, that was a close call. But unfortunately, there have been active tornadoes in some of these areas of northeastern Texas into the Arklatex, the western Arklatex area. So that's where the pretty much the status of the worst is located. And then you go out west, and what is that blue stuff? That's snow. And so there is snow going on in the panhandle of Oklahoma right now and the Texas panhandle. You can tell the seasons are trying to change. Somebody said that's a curse for putting up Christmas trees and lights up too early, and you get snow. Some people don't think that's a curse at all. But anyway, we're talking about rain in the Tulsa metro area. Ron has been following that. He was with us when we had severe weather in the metro around Highway 169 with the damage that we reported. Craig and Lori mentioned top of the newscast. Still some additional rain falling across Osage County, but man, is it ever cold right now in many of these areas. And severe thunderstorm warnings have slackened up considerably across the area, so we don't have anything too active going on. We do have flood warnings, though, down where Bob is located, and Bob has been in the middle of that. Bob, what do you have for us, and is there very much in the way of heavy rains or not? It looks like your video just went in and went out. But Bob, if you can hear me, just go ahead and give me a quick update if you would.
Hey, Travis, I'm on Highway 100 between Stillwell and Penkiller area. We've had torrential rain up in here. We've got some of the roadways flooding where they come into the highway. Both the bar ditches are full. We've got a lot of streaming water down in here, and it's still raining real hard, and there's standing water out in some of the fields. Back to you. All
right. I see some of your video just came back briefly, but again, it's a pretty good idea. Stacia just giving us amounts of rainfall, pushing 3 inches for you guys again. That's amazing. Let's take a look at rainfall across the Tulsa area real quick while we have our rainfall totals on. You can see Brandon is located not too far from Choteau Rose area. And then you get in the Tulsa area. Some have had good luck. Some have not had any rain. And it has been a bummer for some. But at least we're picking up a few areas that have had some nice rains. Let's check out Sand Springs area if you could. And just take a quick look at what's going on there. So again, not everybody. Up in Osage County, just briefly, the rain and showers and thunderstorms have amounted to at least covering the county a little bit better. The western part of the county has not been what we've wanted, but hey, we're going to take every raindrop we can get in some of these situations. We don't have very much rain coming up for another week. So again, we're just looking for whatever we can get. Speaking of which, let's take a look and see what's going on. Here's the latest on the tornado watch. It is now along Highway 69 to the east. That cold front has really moved and rocked drops the temperatures down. If you haven't noticed here in the Tulsa area, the active tornado warning still in far southwest portion of LaFleur County, and then it's back into Texas. So we're going to keep an eye on what's going on there. Tonight, we're looking at temperatures that are going to be just so different. Look at the 30s, 33 in Snow and Guyman, and then we're at 41 at Enid. We're now at 50 in Tulsa and 71 in Poteau. That gives you a pretty good idea how monstrous this storm is and what's going on. So where does it go from here? This system is going to continue to push off and out of the picture as we go through 9 o'clock tonight. Check out the snow. That really doesn't start to end until about 11 to midnight. As that picks up, we'll be in the 30s to near 40 in the morning, cold start. And then don't forget, tomorrow's a big day of football. Just want to reference this. We're talking with TU playing. Will be about 53 degrees, gorgeous day. Also in Norman, we're talking about temperatures will be 61, beautiful. And then as we look on up to Lawrence, Kansas, a little bit on the windy side, but still not too doggone bad. So it's good football weather considering what's going on right now out in the Panhandle. All right, what's our forecast look like? Well, really a great weekend. Don't forget daylight saving time ends Sunday morning. Fall back 1 hour, and then we see only a slight chance of a shower on Tuesday, and then a big old cold front's coming in around Friday. That's going to affect the weather, so we'll have that to deal with. Also continuing with the tornado warning in effect around the Heavener area where JD is located with the tornado warning. Now that has been extended, and that goes into southwest Missouri. So we'll talk to JD if we need to here in just a moment, see if there's any additional information, and we'll be back in just a moment.